Hey everyone. Well, sorry. Hey guys, it's Ben. It's Saturday. It's looking like a good day today. Last night was kind of bizarre for me. Those of you who saw what I saw, I'm sure there's a lot of varying opinions going on out there right now about this. Okay, well, first of all, let me start off by telling you Outlaw Nights is coming out on September 24th. Be sure to be on the lookout for that. Oh, it's coming out on Indiegogo. Yeah, that's how you can tell I went to bed late. Yeah, I watched the Netflix special of Rocko's Modern Life. Like every guy who grew up, well, every guy or gal who grew up in the 90s, I loved Rocko. Still one of the best cartoons in my opinion out there. Of course, I mean, I'm biased, but no, Rocko was one of those shows where, as a kid, I liked it because of the silly stuff that happened and the funny voices, but I didn't realize, like, how risque it could get. All the dirty shit went over my head because I was too young. And then I rewatched it like a year ago because I saw on TV they added this Nickelodeon, I think Splat or something like that, and it's basically like at nighttime they rerun the old classic cartoons from the 90s, which is probably, I would say like that's probably the best bet right there. But I rewatched it. I realized like there were a lot of jokes in there that really kind of skirted the line a little bit. I watched the Netflix special. I liked it overall. I did like it. I could tell. Yeah, I mean the propaganda and everything is very light in this one, because I mean, like they're talking about a lot of the hot button issues going on, particularly I think they mentioned transsexualism, which I think they handled it really well. I do. It didn't come off as super preachy, and at the same time it still got the message across of, don't treat people like shit. Like if somebody feels like they want to, if they have to dress in like clothes that are traditionally given to the opposite gender or whatever, like what's the point? Like, don't run them down for that, like what the hell, like who cares, you know what I mean? And I think Rocko's Modern Life's little Netflix special, they touched on transsexualism, but they did it in a way where, number one, like, nobody was, like, a major villain. I think the big thing, it was Ralph Bighead, the son of the Big Heads, Rocko's neighbors. He had a transsexual change, and he became Rachel. And I think the big thing was that Mr. Big Head didn't like it at first, but they didn't frame it as he hates, they didn't frame it as like, oh, he hates transsexual people. They framed it more like, it's just he's been dealing with one change after another, and this was kind of the straw. But at the same time, Ralph eventually comes around and he realizes he loves his kid, and so everybody learns to kind of accept the changes that are happening and stuff. And at the same time, There's nothing that's heavy-handed. There's nothing where they're like talking down your throat, like if you think this way or that way, you're a bad person, blah, 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 blah. you know, so all in all, I liked it. And more importantly, the thing I loved about it was the fact that it really felt like the show just kind of kept going without skipping a beat, meaning there was a 20-year gap between the last episode of Rocko's Modern Life and this special. And when you turn on this special, it's like the next episode. That's what I like. They didn't rely really heavily on any CG stuff. In fact, they actually made fun of the CG stuff, which I loved. Yeah, all in all, I really liked the Rocko's Modern Life, I guess, reboot. It gives me hope that more franchises can possibly produce a good reboot. Because I mean, for the most part, the big thing I find with most reboots and rehashes is too much time has gone by and nobody really remembers the same beat that they once had. The rhythm, the timing's off, the writing is usually off. This was one of those rare exceptions. This was like, you could tell the original team worked on this, and it was great. I loved it. Even though, I will say, one of my few criticisms, I felt like Heifer was kind of flat in this one. Heifer was usually kind of the funniest one of, well, I mean, yeah. He was the funnier one of Filbert, Rocko, and him. And in this one, he just kind of seemed like most of his dialogue and everything just kind of moved the plot along. He didn't really have much of a shot in this one, and I didn't really like that. I loved what they did with Filbert. I love how they made Filbert a YouTuber, and they made him kind of a nerd, because the idea is like they made it to where Rocko and his friends have been stuck in space for 20 years. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. Well, I probably should have said spoilers before this. I'm going to put that in the video description so nobody gets all upset. Yeah. So, yeah, the Rocko reboot gives me hope. I have yet to see the Invader Zim reboot. I am one of the few people that I wasn't super big on Invader Zim. I liked it a little bit, but not enough to really follow it along a lot, and I just don't know. I don't think I'd be a very good critic of it, because I feel like I don't know enough of the original to really comment. But, you know, there is hope, and like everything that happened in the 90s, the hope is coming from Nickelodeon people, and the doom and gloom is coming from Disney. So really, times haven't changed that much. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. If you enjoy anything I had to say, please hit the like button, please subscribe. If you have any comments, critiques, something I said that you disagree with, that, you know, you'd like to address, go right ahead. I don't profess to be an expert on everything I talk about. I am just another guy out there observing, and I just happen to think way too much. Alrighty, and Outlaw Nights, once again, is coming out on September 24th to Indiegogo. Be sure to be on the lookout for that. Look in the description. Hit up our email page if you want to be added to the email list. And we got some fun stuff in the works. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and I will talk to you tomorrow, possibly tonight. Who knows? I promise, one of these days I'm gonna do like 2 videos, 3 videos in a day. You know, it's a matter of making myself. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.